Now we're at step 18 in the insurance billing process. And I'd like to introduce our medical assistant, Virginia Rogers. Virginia, thank you for helping us participate in the video. And we're back with our patient, Mrs. Barrett. And Virginia, can you tell us what you need to do in this step to check Mrs. Barrett into the exam area?
Okay, first of all, I bring them into the lab area and I get their height and weight, and just to see if they're having any type of any labs that need to be done, such as urinalysis or such. After I'm done with that, I bring them into the exam room and I will have them sit down and check their blood pressure, their vital signs, just to make sure everything's okay. And then if they have any chief complaints or reasons for their office visit, I will chart that down. I do review their medication list to make sure nothing has changed, and just to see if there's anything that needs to be done before I get Dr. Merrick to come in and check on her.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And now we're at the next step, which is step 19, and we finally meet our doctor. And let me introduce...
Hi, Ms. Barrett.
Hi, Dr. Merrick.
And this is my husband, Dr. Curtin Eric, and as I said earlier in the video, he is an internist and geriatrician. Kurt, thank you for helping us with our video.
My pleasure.
And could you tell us what it took for you to prepare for Mrs. Barrett's visit today?
Well, Mrs. Barrett has several medical problems, and before I can really do anything, Virginia has given me the chart, and she's very good at getting things started with the initial complaint. Now, in this particular situation, we have a 70-year-old overweight diabetic complaining of shortness of breath this morning, which could be very serious or it could be nothing. So that means the first thing I do is I take the chart and I sit down with it and then I review the chart. For instance, I'll make a note on the last EKG, the last echocardiogram, the last comprehensive physical, etc. So it takes about 10 minutes to review the chart.
And then what do you do when you come into the exam room? What will you be doing today?
The next step is that I'll sit down and take what's called a comprehensive history. Now, if she developed shortness of breath early this morning, that's going to take some time because there's so many things it could be. After I take a history and I'm satisfied I have all the information I need, then I do a physical exam.
And then what happens after the exam?
After the exam, my routine is to ask the patient, while the patient's getting dressed, I go back to my office and sit down, and Virginia escorts the patient after they're dressed back to my office so I can sit down and discuss the plan of management that we've created. And I start trying to get my documentation done during that time. And then after the visit's over, I'll finish up my documentation, and that would be an average visit for somebody like this. It might take 35, 45 minutes.
Why is the documentation so important?
If it's not documented, it did not happen.
All right, thank you. We're going to step out while Dr. Merrick examines you on Mrs. Barrett, but we'll be back with you later.